8 airport rules are changing in 2026, and even if you fly every single week, at least one of these is going to catch you off guard. That bag you've flown with a dozen times, it might not make it past the gate. Your favorite travel outfit, it could get you denied boarding. And that loyalty program you've been building for years, it might be worth a whole lot less than you think. But here's the good news. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's changing, how to prepare for each one, and the one phrase that can actually protect you if you ever get stopped at the gate. Let's start with the change that honestly made me the most frustrated. The U.S. Department of Transportation just launched a campaign telling passengers to be nicer. Seriously, they want you to say please and thank you more often. Now look, I am absolutely all for being kind to flight crews and gate agents. These people work incredibly hard, but here's what got under my skin. The government is pointing the finger at passengers for unruly behavior while completely ignoring the fact that seats are shrinking, legroom is disappearing, and customer service has been on a steady decline. So, here's my advice. Yes, be kind to the crew. Always. But if you receive genuinely bad service, don't just rant about it on social media. File an official complaint with the DOT. That actually goes on record. A tweet does not. This one is wild. Delta just banned AI smart glasses, specifically the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, from being worn on their flights. And Spirit Airlines now explicitly bans passengers who are, and I'm quoting here, inadequately clothed. The problem is that nobody can seem to agree on what that actually means. Is a crop top inadequate? What about pajamas? What about athleisure? Here's the thing. Dress codes are being enforced more aggressively, but they're still incredibly vague. So if you ever get stopped at the gate for what you're wearing, here is your magic phrase. Ask the agent, can you show me where that is written in your official policy? 9 times out of 10, they can't. And that question alone can change the entire conversation. Keep it polite, keep it calm, but know your rights. This next one is a real problem. You may have heard the term jetway Jesus. It refers to passengers who fake needing wheelchair assistance just to skip the line and board early. These incidents are up 30%, and they are draining the resources meant for passengers who genuinely need help. To make matters worse, the DOT actually paused new rules that were supposed to penalize airlines for mishandling or breaking wheelchairs. So right now, there's less accountability and more demand than ever. If you or someone you're traveling with needs wheelchair assistance, here's what I'd recommend. Arrive at least 3 hours early and confirm your assistance request 48 hours before your flight. Don't assume it'll just be there. Okay, if you've ever tried to board before your zone was called, listen up. France just introduced fines of up to 20,000 euros for unruly passenger behavior, and that includes standing up too early or crowding the boarding area. Here in the US, American Airlines is rolling out new gate scanners that will literally beep loudly and lock you out if you try to scan your boarding pass before your group is called. Everyone at the gate will know. It is a full-on walk of shame back to the end of the line. So, if you've been in the habit of hovering near the gate, hoping to sneak on early, those days are officially numbered. This is the one that is going to sting the most for frequent flyers. Southwest is ending open seating. Gone. They're also ending bags fly free. Checked bags will now cost between $35 and $45. American Airlines basic economy tickets now earn 0 miles and 0 loyalty points. You read that right, 0. And there are rumors that basic business class is coming, where you pay for a business class seat but get none of the perks. The bottom line is that loyalty programs are being quietly gutted. And if you're not paying attention, you could be earning nothing on flights you're paying full price for. Now here's some actually good news. Delta, United, and Southwest are all rolling out free Wi-Fi. United is even using Starlink. But here's the catch that nobody is talking about. You have to be a signed-up loyalty member to access it. If you're not enrolled in their frequent flyer program, you're paying somewhere between $8 and $25 per flight. The fix is simple. Sign up for every airline's loyalty program before you fly. It's free, it takes 2 minutes, and it saves you money every single time. If you have a priority pass, you've probably already noticed this. Lounges are packed. Some are straight up turning members away at the door. Delta is capping the number of visits you can make per year and raising the spending requirements to even qualify. The era of easy lounge access through credit card perks is rapidly ending. If lounge access matters to you, double-check your card benefits now, because what worked last year might not work next month. And here is the biggest one. If you're planning to travel to the UK or Europe in 2026, there is new paperwork you need to know about. The UK now requires an ETA, which is an electronic travel authorization, and Europe is rolling out ETIS, which has been delayed to late 2026. Here's the scary part. Airlines will deny you boarding at your home airport if you haven't applied and paid online before you show up. This is not something you can sort out at the gate. My recommendation? Apply at least 60 days before your trip and print a physical copy of your approval. Don't rely on your phone battery or airport Wi-Fi for something this important. So, those are the 8 rule changes headed your way. But knowing these rules won't matter much if you make a critical packing mistake that gets your bag flagged or your items tossed at security. I put together a full checklist that covers exactly what to pack and how to pack it, so you never get caught off guard at TSA. I'll leave a link to that down in the description. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join us back here for more travel tips and hacks each week. And I will see you in the next video soon. Bye.
Airports are like mini-cities with their own languages, rules, and secrets. Most travelers never realize what's going on behind the scenes. But today, you will. These are 8 airport secrets staff are trained never to talk about. And number 1 might make you think twice before touching anything. You've probably walked past someone at the airport without even realizing they were profiling you. Airports use special experts trained in SPOT, screening passengers by observation techniques. These aren't just TSA agents, they're behavioral analysts, trained to read facial micro-expressions, fidgeting, sweating, lip-licking, and darting eyes. It's like having a human lie detector in the terminal. Let's say someone's calmly checking in, but their hands are shaking, and they keep glancing around. To you, they just look nervous. But to a SPOT agent, that's a flag. They'll ask something simple like, "What's the purpose of your visit?" and observe how you react. If your story doesn't add up or your nonverbal cues are suspicious, you'll be discreetly pulled aside. And here's the twist. They're not just at security. They're in the check-in area, near baggage drop, and at passport control, watching without you noticing. You haven't said a word, but the airport already knows you're stressed. Why? Because many airports now use aggression detection cameras powered by artificial intelligence. These cameras analyze facial heat maps, breathing patterns, and even posture to detect elevated aggression. Imagine walking through a terminal while your image flashes red on a screen, all because you were irritated from a flight delay. And it goes deeper. Some systems flash subliminal images, barely visible cues designed to provoke stress, and then monitor your reaction using infrared sensors. In seconds, the system can flag you for extra screening before you even approach the security line. We're not far from a world where security checks you without ever touching you. Once your bag is checked in, it enters a maze of conveyor belts, scanners, and automated sorters. Here's the truth. No human at the airport is watching it closely after that. Airport staff move your bags from check-in to the plane, but once it's in the system, it's on its own. If the barcode is smudged or the tag has old destination stickers, the wrong scanner might send your luggage to an entirely different airport. That's why bags sometimes arrive late or early. Imagine landing in Paris and your suitcase is already waiting for you in Istanbul. And airport workers? They'll tell you, once it's on the belt, it's no longer their problem. Pro tip, always tear off old tags and never rely solely on bag check stickers. A permanent luggage tag with your info can be a lifesaver. You've seen police dogs at customs, but what you haven't seen are the undercover sniffer dogs operating behind the scenes. Before bags are even loaded, they pass through 5 security layers. And one includes dogs trained to detect trace amounts of explosives or chemicals. But unlike Police K9s, these dogs aren't meant to scare you. In fact, they look like regular pets. Golden retrievers, Labradors, even pointers. Trained not to bark or intimidate, but to silently alert handlers. They're trained using reward-based methods, and some are so subtle in their alerts that even nearby passengers never notice. Fun fact: a well-trained detection dog can smell a teaspoon of sugar in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's the level of sensitivity we're talking about. Ever wondered who makes your plane meal, or when? Airline meals are cooked in massive airport catering kitchens, and these places never sleep. Meals are often cooked 8 to 10 hours before your flight, sometimes even the night before. These kitchens serve dozens of airlines at once, working around the clock to prep and portion food trays with military-level precision. Here's a weird truth. Airline menus are finalized up to a year in advance, especially for international flights. Every ingredient matters, even down to how long it can stay fresh in flight. That's why something as small as an olive made history. American Airlines saved $40,000 by removing one olive per salad from business class. Multiply that by millions of meals a year, and you see why every bite counts. You know the air traffic control tower? That's just the tip of the iceberg. There are actually 3 kinds of air traffic controllers: tower, terminal, and en route. And they don't just handle planes in the sky. They direct everything on the ground, from taxiways to lighting. Picture this: one controller watching 5 separate monitors, each displaying live flight data, weather updates, and ground traffic. They coordinate with ground crew, pilots, other towers, and even border agents. Every second counts. If they give the wrong command, that could delay not just your flight, but dozens behind you. It's one of the most stressful jobs in the world, and mistakes aren't an option. Most people don't know this, but if you fly into a country with no valid visa, the airline gets fined and must fly you home at their expense. That's why agents at check-in obsess over your travel documents. It's not just protocol, it's financial survival. Let's say you show up for a flight to Canada, but your visa expired last month. The airline still lets you on. They now have to pay for your return flight, hotel stay during processing, and possibly face legal action. So next time the agent triple checks your documents, remember, they're not just being thorough. They're protecting their bottom line. Ever been asked to rub your hands on a small cloth and wonder why? You were just scanned by an explosives trace detector, a machine called an ETD atomizer. Before their shifts, agents load the device with chemical samples of banned substances. The machine then remembers those molecules. Even microscopic residue from touching something suspicious, say fertilizer or fireworks, can trigger an alert. And here's the kicker: even if you washed your hands, the trace can still remain on your skin or clothes. So if you're handling anything that might resemble banned materials, even legally, be prepared for extra screening. So now you know what airport staff don't want you to know, and probably never thought you'd learn. From invisible scanners to behavior profilers, you've just unlocked a side of air travel most people will never see. But here's the real question. Which one of these secrets shocked you the most? Was it the facial recognition cameras tracking your stress? The dog sniffing your luggage in silence? Or maybe it was the atomizer that knows what's been on your hands? Let us know in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to know which secret made you stop and go, "Wait, what?" And hey, if you've got that one friend who's always getting flagged at TSA or swears their bag disappears on purpose, share this video with them. Help them fly smarter. If you learned something new today, give this video a like. It tells the algorithm we're doing something right. And if you want more travel secrets, airport hacks, and behind-the-scenes airline insights like this, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got full videos planned on how to spot airline pricing traps, the truth about duty-free, and even how to get free upgrades without paying a dime. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And now, you fly smarter than 99% of passengers.